Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Hey.
All right, Arsenal, it's time. Well, it's the beginning of August. That means it's time for another garden tour. Let's get into it. Yep, pulled the zucchini. This was a few weeks ago, and I've started beets here, getting ready for the fall. So that's good. This is the eggplant. Already ate some, harvested some, gave some away. But these are the long purple eggplants. Lots of fruit. It's been pretty amazing, just one from one plant. These are some mustard greens, but I think I started them a little too early. As you can kind of see here, they're starting to flower. It's very sensitive to bolting. Not too happy with this. This is just another eggplant. This one I started it a little bit later, so it hasn't set fruit yet. Just one so far. But I stagger the plantings so that you get, continual harvest throughout the season. These are yellow beans, already coming in. Harvested a couple times, but these ones are actually crunchy, more crunchy than tender. So interesting texture. Tomatoes. This year, big mistake, guys. This is the problem with not labeling things and thinking that I planted, Roma tomatoes here. But as you can see from there, I did not plant Roma tomatoes. These are the one here is a cherry tomato. So I didn't grow this correctly. Whatever. This trellis is just being overrun with the opal squash and the edible loofah. So you can see I tied this one up. It's like huge, but I tied it up because I'm saving this one for seed saving, and then there are a couple of other ones that are probably ready for harvest. I think we're saving some for our sister-in-law. But this trellis is just out of control. Next year I gotta make it a lot larger. This is the okra. I told you that they would grow tall, so these are probably about 4 to 5 feet tall now. Yeah, and you can see the way they set fruit. They kind of do like every other leaf, I guess, or node, so to speak. So we've been harvesting some, and then what you want to do is every time you harvest, then you clip off the leaves, so that then they can kind of concentrate on setting fruit as it continues up. The Thai eggplant, yeah, these just been steadily harvesting them. I definitely prune and cut the leaves so that it's open, and then the bees can come in and pollinate. So it's great. Over here, oh yeah, you guys will like this. This is okra that I'm saving for seed. So just letting it, grow really old. Look, the thing's like ginormous. Same here. These are the green beans, and purposely didn't harvest some of them to let them go to seed, and then I'll collect them. Same with these yellow ones here. This is the delicata up the trellis. You can maybe see one fruit there, and then there's like a couple hiding. Oh yeah, there it is. A couple over there. My wife and I did a little bit of a mistake. Really, my wife's mistake. She cut the vines, so it stopped, growing, and so it just concentrated on the fruit that it already had developed. So this one I think only has 3 or 4 fruit. So not a lot of delicata this year on this plant, anyways. And then same with the kaboka. So I think we got 1 fruit on this one, and then we had cut the vine here, and so it stopped growing and producing anymore. And I think, oh my goodness, I just noticed this leaf's wilting, so there's probably some disease or pests But I think that one is probably almost ready to be harvested, or at least it's to the point where I think we can save it for the winter. The whatchamacallit, sweet potatoes, those probably won't be ready to be dug up until like much later, like late September. I think maybe even mid-October. The cucumbers, I think they're being ravaged by cucumber beetles, another very cumbersome pest I have to deal with. You can see here, this vine is like, dying off, but there's a few fruit that, see where they end up, and then we'll end up harvesting them, probably on the smaller end there. My Thai chili peppers, fruit is coming in, so you can kind of see right there. That's what they look like. And then once they turn red, that's when we make some chili paste. Over here, started some more green beans here for the fall harvest. Some mustard greens, again, all for the fall. Gearing up for the fall now. So in here, same. These are carrots. So really tiny seeds. So what you do is like you seed them very thickly or densely, and then you thin them out. Once they get a little bit old, mature. The rest of the sweet potatoes, and then a very low, a lonely delicata squash here. Just one, again, totally cut the vine way too early. So, got some more tomatoes here. These are, I guess, a variety that I save seeds, but they're not heirloom, so they're very strange and probably not the best tomatoes. We'll not be doing that next year. These tomatoes are much better. They're more the traditional cherry type tomatoes, and they're loaded with fruit. And then I got some more. Purple eggplants here. You can kind of see all the fruit on this one. So there we go. So we've been harvesting that. This side is the pumpkin. I already see one kind of pumpkin growing. Hopefully this one has pollinated, and then this one's gonna continue vining out. So hopefully we get some pumpkins for the kids for Halloween. Over in this corner, Malabar spinach and lettuce. Let's see, another kaboka one. So this one is a very sad story. You'll see in here, this is the main stem, and you'll see that hole there. That was caused by the squash vine borer. Essentially, it's a moth. It lays its egg. The egg burrows into the stem, becomes a caterpillar or larvae, and it eats it from the inside out. Managed to kill the one that had burrowed in here, but it definitely took the plant definitely took a beating. It was twice the size of this, and you can see some of the effects, like the leaf is wilted over here. But I had to cut out half of it, and I lost like probably 4 or 5 squash. But there's still 4 or 5 on this, this remaining vine here. So hopefully things survive and have something to eat in the winter. Just some more. Yeah, that stupid butterfly. I hate those moths. Anyways, some more Thai eggplants. Not sure why this one's dying. Just random deaths. Always have to account for those. The edamame. This one turned out pretty decently. You can see the pods here. Yeah. So not too bad. They're probably a little bit on the smaller side, but they're not ready to be harvested yet. And these are a little bit better here. Let's see. I already harvested the cabbage here. Planted some more cabbage for the fall. This is the wall of bitter melon. So this is what they look like. Most people are probably not too familiar with them. It's very bitter. Saving this one so I can save the seeds. but you know, you stuff it with meat, and it makes it for a great soup. Some more Napa cabbages here. Some test cases where planting it in the ground, see how they do. But you can see the pests are already after it, so I have to keep up with my spraying regimen. And then I started some just directly in the ground. We'll see how those do. I try to seed in pairs or triplets in case something goes wrong, like this one. You know, one didn't germinate. So, and then like for example, like this one, the left one's already being ravaged. So there's one healthy one there. Some more Malabar spinach, kale, the lacinato kale. This one looks good. I've been using an organic spray called BT, so it doesn't look like, for the most part, no holes. Loose leaf Chinese cabbage here and here. I'll have to figure out what I want to plant here for the fall. These are the remaining zucchinis. I think I'm probably gonna pull this one out and plant a new one, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see if this one fruits or not. This one has 2 more fruit, but it's probably on its last legs as well. And I have 2. I started 2 more zucchini plants to replace these. Gotta harvest the shallots soon and free up this space. But just some more kale, some more collards. Oh, ginger planted in a totally the wrong spot. Too much shade, but we'll see what we get. Let's see. The greenhouse is a mess. Lots of tomatoes here, beginning to ripen up. There, under here. Another stray Thai eggplant. This is, a cucumber plant, but I think this it's dying. You can see like when the fruit comes out and it's all, janky. That means the plant isn't really in good health. I finally figured out what this was. This was a, what the heck is it called? Armenian cucumber. It's supposedly a melon, not like a cucumber, but it tastes like a cucumber. So this plant is also dying due to cucumber beetles. Here's another Thai eggplant. Coming in here, some more tomatoes. I got, what the heck, Egyptian spinach. And then here's an interesting experiment, right? Like, I'll try to come back to it, but these are, on the left is the jalapeno, on the right is the Thai chili pepper. And you can see they're much more massive than the ones that were planted outside. I guess these things really love the heat, so I don't know, interesting. A bunch of leafy greens, so the collards and the kale, and then some that's it called water spinach. So this place was just packed with stuff. I'll probably have to do a better job organizing it next year. Yep, these are the shallots I need to harvest. These were carrots that I had planted earlier, a couple of weeks earlier than the others. So they're further along. And then, yeah, all of this has gone to flower, so I need to clear this out and plant something else. Let's see. Coming back here. So this was the delicata in a pot. Not doing too well. I think just one fruit here and maybe a smaller one there. So delicata not so good this year. Due to my own fault, I guess. Here's another zucchini plant. Another row of 5 okra. So I'm not a fan of this particular okra, this variety. It's called Clemson. It really, the fruit is small and it doesn't look very healthy. Yeah, case in point, this one. This one looks like it's dying. I have no idea why. I got 4 other Napa cabbages here growing in pots. So hopefully less bugs getting in the way. The herbs are flourishing. They're just like huge. See here, this is that lemon balm, lemon mint, the coriander, the perilla, the basil, Thai basil, more coriander. Just harvested some chives. The culantro growing really well. Very spicy and pungent. I like it. Green onions, some more water spinach. And then I got 2 broccoli plants here for the fall. We'll see how they do. This is my first time growing broccoli. Yeah, we'll see. Typically pretty hard to grow. And then fortunately I grew another Delicata plant. I had one backup. I was about to throw it away, but I decided to just stuff it in this corner. And thank goodness I did. And this one I didn't cut any of the, the vines. So you can see how big it is compared to the other ones. And it looks like there's gonna be a lot more fruit. So there's one there, maybe those 2 got pollinated. There's one in here, and another one there, a couple there, 2 more there. And then, yeah, so a lesson learned on these squashes is to not cut the vines. Yeah, I think that's about it. All right, thanks everyone.